10 things to know before you go to Star Wars Galaxy Edge in Disneyland. I'm Chris, this is Yellow Productions. How do you travel guides that are fun, informative, and entertaining? This is part of my series of Disneyland videos, and in this video I'm going to tell you everything you need to know before you come to Galaxy's Edge. If you want to see more videos in my Disneyland series, you'll find links in the description below or at the end of this video. The first thing to know before you go to Galaxy's Edge is, when does it open? It opens today. We are here on opening day, May 31st, 2019. But actually the whole thing isn't open. The main ride, the Rise of the Resistance, their flagship ride, it doesn't open until sometime later in 2019. Disney has not announced its opening date, so if you want the whole land to be open when you come, think maybe October, November, December, and by the way, right now it's going to be really busy. Expect huge crowds all through 2019. If you want to avoid the crowds, maybe come in 2020. This land is also opening in Florida, in Disney's Hollywood Studios in Florida. It's opening at the end of August in Florida. The second thing to know is about getting into Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. How do you get in? You may have heard it requires reservations until June 23rd. How do you get a reservation? Well, if you don't have one already, you might be slightly out of luck because the open reservations are already all gone. Your only other option now, if you don't have a reservation, is to stay at a Disneyland hotel. Then they'll give you a reservation for the night of your stay. But assuming you already have a reservation, they would have emailed you a QR code like this. You bring the QR code to Tomorrowland, to the Star Wars launch bay, this 2-story building. You go in with the QR code, you show your photo ID for every member that's here, and then they'll give you a wristband. I should mention, you should probably try to get to the park 2 hours before your time to get into Galaxy's Edge, to give yourself time to park, go through security, pick up your wristbands, and then get over to the land. So after you've got your wristband in the launch bay, there's a little gift shop. In the gift shop, you can buy shirts, things like that. You can also buy a big Darth Vader. You want to know how much he is? A mighty cheap $2,800. Limited edition. So before you leave the launch bay after the gift shop, don't go out the exit right away. Keep going around, and there's 2 photo opportunities, Darth Vader and Chewbacca. And when we were here, the line for Darth Vader was 5 minutes. That's amazing. Pretty cool picture too, and they sort of like act it out with you. It's a pretty neat experience, worth your time if you're not rushing over to Galaxy's Edge. The third thing to know is, where is it? The entrance to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, there's 3 of them. There's one from Fantasyland, there's one from Frontierland behind Big Thunder Mountain, and then there's one in Critter Country right here next to the Hungry Bear restaurant. During this opening day and opening season, they're only letting people in through this entrance next to the Hungry Bear restaurant, where there's basically no sign, but you see all those people that are going that way? That's how you get in to Galaxy's Edge. The fourth thing to know is about what movie is it set in. None. This is not set in any Star Wars movie at all. This is the planet of Batuu, and this is the biggest town on that planet, the Black Spire Outpost, a former trading city that is now pretty much a smuggler's den. And kind of the backstory that's here is, you'll find the Resistance, who is fighting against the First Order. And I figured, what better way to join the Resistance than not even pick Star Wars at all? Star Trek. That's right. Somebody told me it was Star Trek Land. They have them in the wrong place. Actually, it was the only yellow jacket I had, and it gets pretty cold in Anaheim at night. So you should know that before you go. If you're coming here at night, you'll probably want some long sleeves. Galaxy's Edge is also a great place to watch the fireworks from, right in front of Docking Bay 7, over the Millennium Falcon. Really neat views of the fireworks just behind that mountain ridge. The fifth thing to know is about the rides. Galaxy's Edge has 2 rides. This one, Smuggler's Run, and the other one, Rise of the Resistance, that I mentioned, is not open yet. Smuggler's Run, the entrance to it is right next to that 100-foot perfect Millennium Falcon. And this is the entrance at the moment. The line's queuing up that way. I'll tell you, when you come in, it's probably best to wait a little bit, maybe an hour before you get in the line. The lines get busiest right as groups come in for their reservation period, and then kind of get shorter as the time goes on in your reservation window. There is a single rider line. There's no fast pass or max pass for this ride. Now you're wondering, what kind of ride is it? Well, it's kind of like Star Tours. It's a motion ride, except you're in control. There are 6 people in each spacecraft. There's 2 pilots, 2 gunners, and there's 2 engineers. You get randomly assigned one of those roles. If you're the pilot, you fly it. If you're the gunner, you shoot. If you're the engineer, you fix it. And then the other ride, the Rise of the Resistance, the one that's not open yet, what's it gonna be? Disney says it will be a trackless dark ride with projections, and it's sure to be awesome. That's why it's not open yet. They want it to be perfect. Sixth thing to know is about shopping. The shops in Galaxy's Edge really impressive. I think one of the neatest shops is this one. This is Doc Ondor's Den of Antiquities, run by Doc Ondor, who's this animatronic guy over there. One of the things they sell here are these holocrons. They've got blue ones and red ones. You kind of turn all these different things, and then you put your fingers on there, and it lights up. There's blue ones, there's red ones, there's different crystals you can put inside to give you different messages. It's kind of like a Rubik's Cube for the Jedi. I think the next coolest shop is the Droid Workshop, where you can build a custom-made droid. About $100, you can build an R2, a BB-8, and they've got this conveyor belt that has all the droid parts coming out of it. You pick those up, you put it in a little basket, and make yourself one sweet-looking droid. But probably the most popular shopping thing here is Savi's Workshop. It's just right back there behind the Droid Workshop. If you want to build a lightsaber, you go to Savi's Workshop. If you go up to them and ask them what they do, they tell you that you can custom make some scrap metal. And if you say lightsabers, they go, shh, don't tell anybody. But you have to get like a time reservation to make a lightsaber. So if you want to do that, when you come into this land, immediately come to Savi's Workshop, and then they'll give you another thing with a time to come back with your reservation to actually make your lightsaber. Don't wait too long, because if you did, then they'll be all out of reservations, and you won't be able to make your own lightsaber. And then you'll be really sad if you were a young Jedi that was hoping to beat Darth Vader with your lightsaber. Whoa. So the biggest collection of shops is kind of in this area. It's like the outer galactic shopping mall of sorts. You can get your Jedi robes here. Over this way, there's a creature stall where you can get all sorts of cute, no, not cute, really ugly looking stuffed animals, lots of different trinkets in here. At the entrance to Galaxy's Edge, you can get the resistance wear, like things where you've joined the resistance. Then on the other side towards the exit, there's the First Order shop where you can get your things if what you want to do is join the First Order, Stormtrooper type attire. So the shopping experience is really interesting here. When they tell you prices, it's not in dollars, they're in credits. I just purchased a mug at this First Order store, and I asked them if they take annual pass discounts. And everybody's in character here. When I show them my annual pass, the guy says, "What's that? Are you from another planet?" But that's the whole thing. And then when you swipe your credit card, it doesn't look like a regular credit card reader. It's its own fancy credit card reader. And they ask if I wanted to purchase a reusable tote, only 1.5 credits. I said, "Can I have a regular bag?" They said, okay. The seventh thing to know is about food. The food in Galaxy's Edge is not like the food in the rest of Disneyland at all. It's very creative. This right here, this is Ronto Roasters. What do they sell? They sell these meat wraps that theoretically, if you look over here, the meat has actually been roasted on a pod racing engine. I bet that makes it extra tasty. Galaxy's Edge has one sit-down restaurant. It's right here. It's called Docking Bay 7 Food and Cargo. What do they serve? On the menu, they have fried Endorian tip-yip, and they also have smoked Kadu ribs. I've been told it tastes a little bit like pork and chicken. But by the way, there's always been a pretty long line to go in while we've been here. So if you're famished, you might want to eat before you get into Galaxy's Edge, or just be prepared to stand in a really long line. The eighth thing to know is about drinks. The drinks in Galaxy's Edge are from another galaxy as well. And the signature drinks, they're right here. They are the milks. They come from the Milk Bar, which is right across from the First Order, which I'm standing in front of. This is the blue milk, this is the green milk. That's what these milks are called. And these milks, they are coconut and rice-based milks, $7.99. Served slightly frozen. This one kind of has a tropically taste. This one maybe has a fruity taste. Sure, it's kind of hard to describe. They sort of taste like a coconut milk Slurpee with a little bit of extra flavor. for $8. No annual pass discounts either. So if the line for the milk stand is too long, they do mobile ordering. If you have the Disneyland app and you registered your credit card to it, you can actually pull it up. You can pick an arrival time and you can order the blue milk or the green milk, and then you can just pick it up at the mobile order stand. You don't have to stand in line. In addition to the milks, they do sell sodas and bottled water here. The Cokes and the bottled water come in special bottles. The Coke come in these little glow bottles with sort of Arabic type writing. Another thing that's really intriguing about Galaxy's Edge in Disneyland, it's the first place in the theme park that sells alcoholic beverages. There's actually a bar right there, Oga's Cantina, which can have really long lines. The line right now for Oga's Cantina is really long. The drinks in there, they're about $15, and when you do go in, they only let you stay for 45 minutes, and there is a 2-drink limit. The ninth thing to know is about the Play Disney app, or as they call it in here, the data pad. If you download the Play Disney app, there's a mode, you can put it in the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge mode. You can hack things. It's searching for hackable items. You can scan things in crates and collect inventory. You can like tune into different like antennas, like the scrapyard antenna, and it will try to help you figure out where that is. There's lots of other games in here, and then also you can translate. This will help you translate the alien language into things so you know what you're looking at. I just typed in gibberish. And the 10th thing to know is I've got more videos. If you're coming to Disneyland in 2019, you might want to watch my video right here on what's new in Disneyland in 2019. I've also got videos on California Adventure, a whole series. You'll find links in the playlist below, or you can click either of these to watch. Well, I won't say goodbye because I'll see you in one of these videos.